Hey, good morning, friends. I'm Ahmed Mustafa, paramedic in the Northeast Quadrant of Monroe County from Northeast Quadrant Advanced Life Support. Just wanted to talk a little bit about getting ready for the boating season. As some of you may know, I'm an avid boater here on Irondequoit Bay. I keep a boat housed at South Point Marina, and I wanted to just kind of remind folks about things we should be thinking about before we put our boats in the water and then once they're in the water. So let's just talk briefly about before you launch. You know, is your boat insured? Are you properly registered? Is your plug-in? Are your batteries charged? Do you have enough life jackets for all the people you expect to take over the course of a day? Do you have flares or signal devices? Are your electronics up to date? If you use a chart plotter, do you have a current chip in it? Do you have paper maps, which are a good thing to have just in case? Does your radio work? Do you have a radio in case you need to call for help and your cell phone is out of range? As we get ready to launch, you know, some boats are on trailers. Are your trailer tires ready? Are your brakes good? Is it inspected? When you get to the launch, will you be ready to launch so that you're not keeping people waiting? And then, once you get ready to launch, you know, turn over your motor before you put your boat in the water. Double check the plug is there. You have lines, not ropes. You have lines to secure yourself to the launch ramp after you launch so you can move your trailer or as you get your boat ready. And then as you get to your slip, if you are slipping your boat, do you have lines in place ready to go when you arrive there? And then let's lastly talk about being a good boater. Let's talk about being a good neighbor to our friends both on the water and on shore. The lake levels in the Great Lakes, as well as in Irondequoit, Sodus, and other bays are high. We all know this. It looks like 2020 is going to be another iffy year as to how high the water gets, but we need to boat responsibly. So of course you remember, on Irondequoit Bay at least, and many other bays, maximum speed limit is 25 miles an hour, unless you are close to anchored boats or the shoreline, when you should really not be putting up a wake at all. If you're going through the channel markers on Irondequoit Bay or Sodus Bay, you should be at a no wake speed or under 5 miles an hour. And remember, again, with high water, while we boaters love that, those of us who have shoreline properties or our friends who have businesses on shore, they're not loving it as much. So we need to think a little bit about them. So when you're coming close to shore, or if you're even, you know, a couple thousand feet away, please watch your speed, watch your wake. You know, though we feel that at higher speed we make less wake, which we may do, the energy is still in the water. And when it gets close to shore, we could still cause some damage. So I think it's important this year that we all try and enjoy the season well together, those of us on the water and on the shore, and let's be good to each other. So quick tips for safe boating. If you'd like more information, you can always contact the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary. Look them up on the web. The U.S. Coast Guard has sites with lists of information of equipment you should have on board, and you know, you can always use those as good reference points. Have a great boating season. Be safe. Be well. Talk to you later.